Boom.
All right. Thank you very much for coming. Just give it a few more minutes. We'll be live with director Tiger himself and entertainment and in J.RODRIGUEZ Entertainment. I think that all of you who are here get the chance of you who don't know director Tiger, because he's one of the best music video directors in East Africa, having done films for Christina Shusho, Juliet Otieno, I think, right? Yeah, and a couple of other people, of course. And there's so many other things that he's going to tell you. What I know will be featured is as well that he is the guy who was part of the team that came up with the movie or wrote the script for the movie that is now called Baby Driver. Yeah, Baby Driver. So those of you who haven't watched Baby Driver, you should go and watch it. Why? Because, well, this guy was part of the team that wrote it. Apart from that, he's a very good guy. He's an entrepreneur who's looking to build and help people, just like what we do in J.RODRIGUEZ Entertainment. We have only 3 minutes to go. The session is simple. You listen to him speak, and then in the last 15 minutes of the class, you will get to ask questions. Either directly or you will section to the host, who is Ellah Maina, coming in a few minutes. And then from there, she will be able to read those questions out to the people and to director Tiger himself. And they'll be able to listen in and answer your questions. Great. See ati huko unasikia vigil, ni vile nobody was talking. So yeah, good to see Dr. Boom in the building, man. Dr. Boom is a very good, very talented artist from J.RODRIGUEZ Entertainment as well. Glad to see Kyle Njihia, who I think is from NPAS as well. Yeah, and a couple of other people joining. So yeah, in the next 2 minutes now, Ellah will be coming in and she will be doing her thing. And she'll be speaking her piece and saying what it is that she wants to. In the meantime, those of you who have questions, you can always put them up on the comment section. And yes, very quickly, before I forget, I'd like to welcome everybody who's watching live on YouTube. Asanteni sana, thank you so much for coming. It is always a pleasure for J.RODRIGUEZ Entertainment to have you. The guy behind J.RODRIGUEZ Entertainment, the team leader who looks to empower the youth, and that's basically what we do in J.RODRIGUEZ Entertainment. We simply empower the youth to become better versions of themselves, especially those youths who are interested in performing arts as a discipline itself. We very much concentrate on modeling, acting, and singing, and that is what we do in J.RODRIGUEZ Entertainment. Without further ado, I'd like to wait for a minute so that Ellah now can get into the room and the interview can start. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, asanteni sana. We look forward to having you. Next time, we're going to have, on the 12th, actually, we're looking forward to having Adam himself. Adam is the film director currently of Crime and Justice, the new hit series from Kenya. So
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ellah, and thank you very much for joining today's session. I've been experiencing a bit of technical difficulties, but I'm here now. Just a minute, allow me to fix something. Rodrigo, if you're still there, could you please take the rails for a bit? I need to fix my speaker. Can you guys hear an echo? Good evening, everyone. Ellah here. Let me hear someone if you can hear me, if I'm getting through to you. Dr. Boom, anybody? Thank you, Joyce. Can you still hear an echo? Okay, I think Rodrigo put everybody on mute, but he gave everybody he took you through the house rules. So you'll stay on mute, and if you have a question, you're going to raise your hand or just let me know in the chat box there. Then I can unmute you and you can ask me the question or just type it there, then I'll ask it to our guest. So I don't know if he's with us right now. Good, thank you. Let's communicate in the chat room. Nanisikia vizuri, Derek, Eve, Joyce, and everybody else who's here. Karibuni. Karibuni. Our guest is not here yet, but he is Victor Riley's, and he's also known as Director Tiger. He's a music video director. He's a cinematographer, filmmaker. He's a medical practitioner, but I'm going to allow him to tell us more about that when he gets into the room. In the meantime, I'm just going to put you guys on hold for a bit as I try to fix my camera situation as we wait for our guest today. Is he here? No, he's not here yet. Madam President, good evening. Wacha nikuache utusalimie kidogo.
Hello everybody, my name is Helen Olivia Akotomolo Nyarnyakat. Makine naka wuto ni nini hizi natembea kwa kuto? Oh. Makine naka wuto tadong radhi yako. Mtawali, so nice to see you. Hey! Today you got makeup. Oh, sorry.
Girl, Ebu. I woke up like this. Ebu sichome.
Oh, really? You just woke up like that?
I just woke up like this.
I personally was smart.
Ebu acha kuchoma nani, acha kuchoma.
We have to be human, but these things happen. So nice
but
to
of
see
course.
you. So nice to see you, bana. Me, I can't wait for that DR, bana. I had to see him tutengeneze dhambi, kama ni dhambi tulikosana tusikosane. Oh, but I love it.
You're all good.
I love it. So good to see you.
Better.
Yeah. Wherever Rodrigo is, please say hi to him. Oh my gosh, I thought I would see
him. He's joining us from YouTube. Izumi inaletanga shida when both of us are logged in at the same time, but he's representing us on YouTube.
Super. Rodrigo huko kwa YouTube, God akubless sana kwa kazi nzuri. Oh, the work of your hands. Rodrigo, you are marvelous. God bless you wherever you are. And this entertainment thing, bwana Ellah, when you grow older, ukishafika huko pale umefika, usiwahi sahau Rodrigo. Usiwahi sahau Rodrigo. Entertainment.
Kwenye tumetuana na huyo mtu. I think nikiachana naye, I won't be able to move forward, as in it's impossible for me to just work without him. Yeye ndio foundation yangu. So when he's not there, I just can't do it.
We
So
had
yeah,
Keke this morning. We had Prophet Keke in our show today, this early today. And one of the things he said is you must never forget the blessing of the Father. You want to go far, never ever forget the blessing of the Father. And this is one father. This is one guy.
Baba yao.
We can never forget this guy. There are things he sees nobody can see, you know, and oh my gosh, may God bless him. I love his voice. Ah man, Rodney inspiration. I love I just love the way he takes people. People don't know him, but there's a side of him that just actually guides you mercilessly so that you can go into the world knowing that the world could be rough, but you will still be stable. You know that?
Yeah.
That's a blessing. And just the way you're a blessing. Wewe pia usinisahau. Usisahau kulikuwa na huyu mama. Huyu mama alikuwa na kusifu kila mahali, leo kuna makeup.
Helen. My number one fan. Nashukuru sana sana.
Karibu sana. Asante sana. South Africa is still waiting for you, Ellah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we are now getting bigger, so we know that you're going Hollywood. Remember, South Africa is also.
Amen to that. Yes. Amen to that. Yes. We're making these milestones, yes, and with blessings from people like you.
Yes.
What's going to get in our way? Mungu akisema amesema. When we put in the work, then we're definitely going to get rewarded.
Sawa, asante. Naona kama doctor bado hajakuja. Huyu Dr. Boom acha kutustua roho. Dr. Boom
unajua tunaona doctor.
Tunafikiri ni Dr. Kianga. Dr. Boom.
Helen. How about unishikilia hapa kidogo? Let me try and reach Director Tiger.
Okay. What's the difference? Director is DIR, huh? And doctor is DR. Sawa.
Yes.
So nikiona dir ndajua. Mimi niko nafikiri jina yake ni dir. Kumbe ni director.
Anaitwa Director Tiger.
Haya maneno. Sawa, wacha nikushikilie. Wacha nikushikilie. Wenda utanipata hapa kwenye kiri. Nikikirisha.
Oh.
Beautiful. Nitakirisha. Dr. Boom natustua. Wacha kutustua. Derek Omondi. Omondi bado nyingi marjaluo. Wherever you're coming from, tafadhali najua umezimiwa microphone hata uwezi sema kitu. Lakini kwa sasa let's recognize you. Karibu sana kwenye kiri. I hope you have a lot of questions to ask. I think what happens usually is you write your questions and concerns and observations hapo kwenye chari andika observations zako, upendezi wako. When you put a Luo into a situation of speaking Swahili, weka observationi zako hapo chini kwenye charisha waru. All right. Then there's also Eve Anya. Oh, wana wewe, papa unijaze roho, niweze kumushinda. Thank you so much, Evelyn Anya, for coming. I'm waiting for you for my show as well. We alikuwa AOV3. Thank you very much. Never late. I think you are here at what? At 6 o'clock when the show is supposed to start at 8. Yeah, Evelyn Anya, karibu sana sana. Paid Acheng. This is the diehard. So Evelyn, the lady who's giving you competition is Faith Acheng. Faith Acheng of all the people giving you competition. So the lady who never misses class, always when class begins at 6 o'clock, she's here maybe at 4 o'clock. That's Faith for you. Karibu sana. Immaculate, umetokea wapi sai? Immaculate, our blessed MC. Oh my gosh, unfortunately, you cannot be able to talk today because there are restrictions, the house, but I'm recognizing you, Imac. God bless you so much for coming. Then Joy. Sasa who joined us? You need Joy gani? Manake najua kuna Joy. So Joey, kuna Joy. Joy. God's great joy. Joy. Down in
the presidents. You sing for us a song.
See, I'm singing. Sweet, beautiful, so saving joy. Joy in my soul. Ndege inapanda juu. So, alafu nafika chini. So, the emergency landing kwa Joy. Karibu sana. Na mko wawili. Manake kuna Joyce Ojowi. Kapala. That is that woman from Kisumu Shiri. Yes, mimi si sura bingi. There you go. Joyce Joey basi akirepresent kwa Mombasani basi habari ya Mombasa. Wakoje manake wewe ndo Chief Jeji. Habari yako Joyce. Karibu sana. Last but not least, kwa sababu najua kuna wengine wanakuja. Kyle Njeya. What's your name do wa nyumba? Do you kind of name man or woman? Kyle inakuanga jina. Najua Rahel ni jina ya mwanamke. Lakini Kyle inaweza kuwa ni mwanaume. Ungekuwa na uwezo watu ungeweza kuwa.
Kyle ni mwanamume by the way. Ni mwanamume.
Sana Kyle kwa kuku afa differentiate. Kukosa kukudifferentiate na mwanamke. Kwa hivyo Jehia ndio nani representisha vizuri. Karibu sana Kaeri. Madam. Nikiimba hivi by the way ni ulipwa. So Kaeri. Acha nisiache kukumbuka adoa nyumba na agidhomo kwa sababu najua hiyo kanisa unaenda ndio hapana ndio usifanye nijijibishe hivyo. Welcome very much. Back to you Ellah, because you're a Hollywooder. I gotta get my English right.
Uko sawa tu by the way. Umeni represent vifiti sana.
Nimekurepresent poa. Kabisa.
Huwezi choma.
Kuna mtu amesema ndanilipa hapa naitwa Faith check bwana. Pesa yangu si mingi kama vile niliuza Tusker Project Fame. How much do we pay you? 2 tu. Yeye utajua kuna watu pesa ikuangi mbele.
Ni mchongo wa noma zi.
Hollywood calls you.
So
Ellah, how much do we pay you? Sema 200 bob.
Ai, hayo ni kuchoma.
Maze mimi si kuchoma nilichache chicho. Chu. Hata sielewi.
Madam, unafurahisha sana. Guest wetu wako njiani, so just hang in there. Anakuja alikuwa held up mahali, but he'll be joining us in the next few minutes. So inaonekana session ya leo tunaweza peleka mbele kidogo, but poleni for any inconveniences caused.
Acha mimi niende nikafanye homework. Sinaweza kupiga harambee kutoka kwa watu wangu hapa niangalie nani hajakuja kwa class. Babe, tafadhali fanya announcement. Watu wanacheza na watu aje. Hebu andika hapo announcement. Na leo tunapatiana 1000. Usiseme ni nini? 1000. Kwa kufika hapa J.RODRIGUEZ. Unajua it's supposed to be compulsory. Kwa hivyo kila mtu wa HOV ajue kwamba wanakuaga J.RODRIGUEZ by character, by space and by advantage. Kwa hivyo andika hiyo SMS. Usiandike sana ndio wengine wakose. Kuna wale wanapatanga na wale wanakosa. Tafadhali andika tu kidogo ya watu kukosa pia. Beautiful. Kwa hivyo umeenda wapi tena tafadhali Ellah?
Niko hapa najaribu leo niko na technical issues mingi najaribu kuset up hii simu yangu as also I try to communicate with our guest mwenye
unatumia simu. Mimi nikitumianga simu na kuanga mcute kushinda saa hii. Lakini nikifanya computer, hata siji macho zinakuanga papo badala ya green. Zinapatanga distance na zipatanga nini? Unaona hiyo kitu iko nyuma ina reflect kwa macho nikitumia computer. But if I just use the phone, the Snapchat, there is nini, you just become very cute like that. Yeah. All right, point of information. Those of you who don't know J.RODRIGUEZ, ndugu na dada ya Africa Online Vocalist. Director Tiga na kungojea hapa kwa kiti. Tiga, hapa, my name is Helen Olivia Koto. Molo nyarnyakat, lakini neka uwoto taduongo therefore. Mtawali. Hiyo jina lazima iseme pole kama mtu amechoka manake ni Kiswahili. Mtawali. Kama vile matatu za Coast bado zasema Mkomani. Tunaenda tuda. Anyway, thank you. And over to you, Ellah.
Amefika, thank you for holding on for us, Maze. Thank you for coming through as usual. Okay, now mute your mic. Let us give our undivided attention and time and space to Dr. Boom. Oh, not Dr. Ona vile Dr. Boom ametuchanganya. Wewe Dr. Boom wewe. I meant director and doctor Tiger. Karibu sana. Tiger, I think your mic is off. We should be able to hear you when the guest way too. Try unmuting your mic, please.
Okay.
There you go.
Now you can hear me.
Very, very clearly.
Manze, Paul, I took forever to get here. Wacha tu nisiseme.
Hakuna shida, imagine. Totally understandable. Cha muhimu ni you made it.
Thanks.
Uko mali tunaweza kuona face to face ama ungependa kukaa incognito?
Yeah, venye nimejifunika huko kwa nyumba kuna baridi vibaya sana. But I'm on the same spot you saw yesterday.
No, it's not for me. You know, I feel like communication is better when people can see the people they're talking to.
Let's try. We
can try. If it's not going to be too much of a hassle on your end, we'd really appreciate that. Amaja guests. Oh, well, my guests can't respond. They're muted. But they can always reach us on the chat box. Don't be afraid to ask your questions and just pass your sentiments, yeah? Thank you. So, Dr. Tiger, director. What do your friends call you? I want to sound like your friend.
They call me to by the way, most of my friends unitana matusi, so I wouldn't recommend.
Yeah, those are your boyfriends. I don't think madem wanapendanga kuitana na matusi sana, because I know guys love that.
Sina beshte mwenye anaweza nita Dr. so and so or director so and so. Niko tunaenda tu kijana ndugu.
Haya ndugu, karibu sana baba. Tumekuwa tukikungoja, and now that you're here, we don't want to waste too much time kwa sababu time tayari imesonga. But let's just get right into it.
Let me switch off my machine. Inaweza kuwa na.
Okay. So, nilikuwa tayari Rodrigo alikuwa amepatia introduction kidogo na pia mimi nikawapatia introduction kidogo, but tulikuwa tumesema that our guest is Victor Riley's aka Director Tiger. So you're a director, a music video director, right? You're into music as well. You're a filmmaker.
Sure.
You're also a wine entrepreneur. You do so many things. Can you just tell us those one by one? Nini hizo vitu zote unafanya?
In terms of,
we want to get to know director. Okay, not director Tiger. We want to get to know Victor Riley's as a whole, because you also have a medical background, right? When you daktari unafanya surgery, so just give us a brief overview about who Victor Riley's is in general.
Wow. CG, I don't know what I can use, but let me just say, Riley is like just a simple guy, I can say. Wow, CG said many.
I thought tumefanya interviews kama hizi mob hadi unakuwa hizi vitu at your fingertips.
Yeah, but I don't know how to introduce myself. Ndatumia words kubwa and long sentences and
that is my job as the host, so don't worry, I got you. I'll take you through this. Now, everything
really
that I was able to
background, because my PA is just around here.
Sorry?
I'm saying like you're not like my background is not interfering. My PA is right here with a lot of calls.
Okay, yeah, I'm not too sure if it's your internet, but kuna vile una break kidogo, but hakuna shida. I think we'll still be able to communicate. So first question I want to ask, I want you to tell us about your education. I did some digging, and I know that you studied in Kenya and also in the UK. You've lived in the UK pretty much all your life. It's like half and half, Kenya and the UK. So you studied there, you did medicine, and you also did film. Can you tell us about your education in the UK, please?
I schooled halfly in Kenya, and I also schooled halfly in the UK. Okay, my primary was in Kenya, and my high school was in Kenya, and then from then I started doing medicine in the UK. The same time I was doing film. That was in 2000 and what? And then it's like 2000 and something. So I started doing medicine. Actually, I started doing medicine at the very, very earlier age. I'm coming from a background where like most people of my family medicine, including my mom, my dad, my sister. So it was paramount, you feel. So I started like doing medicine around Form 2, just in Kenya, and then I stopped schooling in Kenya. So I went to take like the
Wait,
unit.
let me just hold that thought. How do you start doing medicine in Form 2? Like in this Kenya that you live, kuna madaktari wa Form 2?
No, not really. I dropped out of school in Form 2. Like I dropped out of high school in Form 2. And then I started taking units. And in the British system, it's different. They mostly focus on the things people are doing, not like the most of the education part. So but I did not drop out. I came back from my papers like in Form 4. I was in a private school. So yeah, it's understandable. And my life is just so much complicated to do with school. Sometimes I don't even understand, going and coming and but it happened. It's just a funny way.
But you moved around a lot, bottom line.
Yeah. Even in primary school, I was never settled because by then my mom was working for Doctors Without Borders. So we would move from like one place to another until I started staying with my grandfather here in Kenya. So I managed to focus much in studies in my primary school.
Okay, so since this is a platform for artists, I want us to talk about film because you're a filmmaker.
Yes.
Film in the UK, you have a diploma in film, right? So what did you study there? And do you feel that you could have easily gotten that from Kenya? Or why did you choose to study film in the UK and not here?
Okay, here's a funny story. When I was in Kenya, by the time I was in high school from Form 1, I think I was already like having my studio, a small setup studio, where I was practicing a lot of editing and a lot of things. I started venturing when I was actually like in high school, the pressure. So I decided filming as a unit in another school. So it will be like easier, like I'm on a row of medicine and some 2 years in filming. So I did filming in lighting, filming, editing, and then I could write synopsis, which was much easier for me to venture so much. And I just did entirely filming, camera and editing and lighting. Hizo vitu zingine mtu jiongezea, and also I did sound engineering, of which I think it's the only thing I have a certificate on.
Wow, sounds like you had a lot on your plate. How did you even manage that? You're in medical school, you're in film school, you're studying radio production and sound engineering. You had so much going on. Is that ambition? Or is it that your parents put that drive in you? How do you even manage that kind of drive?
You see, Technically, I wasn't supposed to be a doctor. I was so madly in love with filming, and also this thing we call radio imaging. I also did a bit of it, and being a doctor was my mom's idea, and that wasn't my idea whatsoever. So the masters I have for medical are not mine; they are hers. So I excel at what I do best, that is filming, and also medically, I think I do unspeakable things. But my mission was mainly on film. So whatever thing I had to focus on was mostly on film because medicine was gonna take me a lot of years, like all the years, if we can say. Managing wasn't that hard because I always had the time to divide my time. Like up to now, I can still divide my time. Like I know the days I'm working, like in an hospital, and I know the days I'm having shoots, I'm having to be in the studio. But technically, I resigned, so at the moment, I'm not in the hospital yet. So it's easy, you know, it's easy to manage if you have like your time right. You see, it's only the time right.
Wow. I think I'm going to have to learn some of your time management skills because I personally found it very, very, very hard to balance school and filmmaking. Now you had two things going on, just a film student practicing film professionally, and I found it very, very difficult. But I'm here today and I'm still struggling, and I believe that I will get through this. Amen. So clearly, film is your passion because you've done this. You have a big name out here. Director Tiger. You've directed a couple of music videos. Question: gospel music or secular music? Are you specific, or you just love music?
It depends. Music is no bad music. There is no music that is coming from the devil. Everything is and so music.
I'm having trouble hearing what you're saying. Could you please, could you check your internet? Can you guys hear him?
My net is off.
Kuna vile hatukusikii
Can you hear
vizuri
me?
sana, inashinda iki break up.
Unless I got the phone now and then I turn off the video because
Yeah, you could try that if that's going to work better. Just switch off your camera, maybe tutakusikia vizuri kwa audio. Hello, can you test your mic? Let's hear you now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
That's much better, much clearer.
Okay.
So you were telling us about music videos. Are you specific to the kind of music videos that you shoot?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm really struggling to get the net out here.
Sorry about that, but I think now we can communicate clearly. Nakusikia vizuri, and I think everyone else can.
Okay, now I'm here. Talk to me.
Music videos. You were telling us whether or not you're particular to the kind of music that you are going to shoot a video for. Is it just secular or just gospel, or are you all around it?
I think I'm all round because what I do best is to notice talents, and you know, you'll never judge somebody at the first time because they are singing secular. You wouldn't know why God is connecting them to you. So for me, I would go for it. And at the moment, most of the projects I'm planning to sponsor like are on the studio list are kind of secular.
Okay. Okay. I think also as a director, it's good that you're not that specific, because a director should have vision of the art itself. You shouldn't listen to you shouldn't be too personal with the artist. Whatever path they choose is their own, but as a director, you need to have a wider perspective in order for you to do a good job, man. You cannot afford to restrict yourself. That's good. So back to film. You've been nominated for a couple of awards, and I know for a fact that you won an award for the BAFTA Awards. Was that 2018 for being a writer? Tell us about that.
2017.
2017? Yeah, the BAFTA Writers' Choice Awards.
From 2015, I've been mostly focused on writing film and also production. You see, the difference between here in Kenya and where we're coming from is like people in Kenya, they need like validation. But when you're working with the UK or like the Western world, you need what you call the verification. You see, being verified to be somebody, and that will give you like a lot of platforms, and also it has a lot of benefits in it. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah, I think.
How do you
So
mean that
2015
Kenyans like validation? Like, could you clarify that?
Yes. So from 2015, I think I've been working on different films. We actually did Baby Driver. I also wrote Amanda. Actually, I wrote more than 5 movies that were shot and released at the same time with different film companies. But the Billboard was nominated for
where we can
BAFTAs.
find them?
Sorry?
What are these movies that you're involved in their writing?
Baby Driver. The Billboard. We have Amanda.
Amanda.
Yeah, sure. We have Tears in Our Scar. And we have one more that never premiered because we had a lot of issues with the film classification board in Kenya. It's called Triple Hours. It never premiered. It was supposed to be shot some parts in Kenya, but we never did that, so we never premiered. And then Corona came, so we had plans to do it last year.
Are these Kenyan films or Hollywood films or British cinema? What is this we're talking about? British. So most of the film work that you've done is in the UK.
Yeah, I'm signed in the UK, so I don't represent Kenya at anything.
Signed to a production company, maybe film studios?
Yeah, sure.
Which one?
I'm signed actually through a school, UK Film School.
That's where you attended school?
Yeah. So I don't represent Kenya at anything.
I think you do.
Sadly.
I think by virtue of just being
no, I really don't.
Well, my personal opinion, I think you do a lot for Kenya. Well, even if you don't do Kenyan films or work with Kenyan filmmakers, I feel like you're doing a lot by just putting us out there. I mean, if I showed up in the UK and I wanted to find a way into the UK film school, at least I know you. So just putting us on the map out there, and just, you've been recognized for winning an international award for being a successful Kenyan writer. So that is major. You know, you don't have to be working in Kenya or with Kenya just to represent it.
I've been in like three different awards and different film festivals. That is from BAFTAs to Netherlands, and then I think we had one in Netherlands, BAFTAs. Which one else? And also one in Hollywood. 2017, 2018.
Okay.
But now what I'm
It's a bit too noisy. Is there any way you can find a quieter space?
yeah, actually I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, because it's a bit distracting. Sorry.
Sorry, my apartment is all makelele.
I can understand. Kids can be crazy at times. Lakini hakuna shida. So far, so good. To get a few questions from kuna unanisikia vizuri? Okay, Tiger, if you can hear me, I'm going to go on ahead and ask you a question that has been asked by Joyce. Joyce is a participant in the group. Anauliza, do you feel challenged being that your music gets airplay no matter what? I'm not sure I get that. Do you feel challenged being that your music gets airplay no matter what, and clients come to you mainly for this purpose?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Let me try and get it, then translate for you. It's in the chat room. Do you feel challenged that your music gets airplay no matter what? First of all, do you feel like your music gets proper airplay?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, and does it get? I'm not exactly sure I understand that. Oh, Joyce is trying to clarify. She says, Joyce, I'm going to unmute you for a second and allow you to just ask that question directly because I'm not too sure I get you, okay?
Okay, my question is, does Tiger feel challenged out of his comfort zone that no matter what music he puts out there, the media will consume it by virtue that it has his name on it? That is like a sure given. It's a given. Your content will play. So I don't know if with that question coupled with the fact that I don't know if he has identified any other producer or director within his line that has not gotten airplay but is good for the industry.
Yeah, I get the question.
Tiger, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, Joyce would like an answer to her question, please.
Okay. You see, previously we had these things where presenter used to favor big names. And good or bad, you'll do your project, you'll find out it's being played, whether it's good or it's a bad content. And most artists will run for the name than the project they're getting. But at the moment, things really took a turn for the industry, because most of the presenters, they have like standards of things the TV stations or the radio stations want, because of they're selling ads. And if they keep on playing some things that are like low quality or like don't go with the base of like the contract they had with the studio, it's going to be hard for them to keep the job. So right now, presenters are looking at a lot of things from the producers. But when it comes to the issues of having good presenters who are actually supposed, or having like good directors who their music are not getting out there, that is not an issue to do with the presenter. That is the issue to do with people who are like basically doing filming because of money. This is a person who like find a good artist, pay have the artist pay some good cash, they do a video, and then the presenter won't, like the producer won't do anything about it. He'll just give the project out, and the artist doesn't know how to start pushing it and doing things and here and there. So at the end of it all, the producer doesn't realize like he's not hitting the airwaves because he's like sitting back. But I don't think there is a channel right now in the industry that is not giving anybody a chance. Anybody who's pushing their music well, they're getting the chance. Either producer, manager, or the artist. Anybody who's pushing the music well with the right links, they have a chance.
Man, I feel like, okay, yeah, she says thank you. She understood that. And I feel it's rather unfortunate that, well, there's so many things that we have so much room for improvement as an industry, the music and the film industry in Kenya. And a lot of it goes to marketing, because you find that you've created such a wonderful piece of art, but then it becomes very, very hard to get it to the audience, or just make it known to the audience. Advertising is a big issue, marketing. And instead of investing in marketing, because just like we can't afford to compromise on any part of production, whether it's pre or production or post-production, can't compromise. So yeah, thank you for that. We have another question here. Vikat would like to know how the process of getting into the film school in the UK was like. How did you end up getting into UK film school?
This is something I don't mention normally, but I'm a half caste. My dad is like literally from the UK, so I have a family there. And my mom really supported the fact that I was doing medicine full time, but my dad was this guy who would let me, do whatever thing I wanted to do. So to get to the film school, that was my dad's idea. He got it, and actually I don't think I had like a rough patch or like something hard that was hindering me from doing whatever thing I wanted to do, like getting to medicine or getting to filming. I didn't have challenges or whatsoever. So I started my medicine classes, and I decided to join like the schools. I used to go like one day at a time, and then I did it fully. When the schools are closed, I'm doing filming, and I actually found a good team that were willing to, to take me up, like, and mold and teach me, like, everything I needed to know film wise, and it was an amazing experience.
Well, you're very fortunate that you didn't really have it that hard. But I think what he really wanted to know was how you got into the UK film school. Like, what was the process of getting into the film school? Did you have to apply? Was it a scholarship? Like, how did you get into the school? Did you have to know someone?
Yeah. About that. In high school, when I still was running a small studio here and I was learning about editing and stuff, I also started writing, which was actually the biggest thing that changed everything. The movie we shot, Tears on Our Sky, was actually from my breakup, and I wrote down the whole story. So when we were looking for the school, they take people who have the ability to write, to people who are creative enough to be interested in filming. They don't just train people because, like, hey, I like filming, I want to train. They really what you have to look about, like, what have you been doing? Filming, your interest, they try to study you, to learn you. That was like a bit of a challenge because there is this thing we do, right? Intwangaje inaka kama mtihani ya kwanza, these things where somebody gives you a story and like, hey, write a synopsis or write a. So 5 of mine got declined, and I thought like, hey, I need to find a new school. But somehow it happened, and I got the chance. So there ni kama tu admission ya kawaida ya shule. It's like normal admission. Yeah.
Nice. Umesikia Vic, ukitaka kwenda majuu, una apply tu na unaenda. These things happen. So he also wants to know, do you enjoy working in the hospital? Like, do you love being a doctor? And when you're out there in the field
Oh my God,
doing
yes.
film, do you get calls, emergency calls to go to the hospital, and do you reply to them? Like, how does that work out?
Yeah, I really love being a doctor. It's an amazing thing. And I also love being a tiny thing in front of, big people. It's you have a lot of advantages to it. You bully people the way you want, and then you get to shout at people. It's actually fun. So there's a time I stopped doing medicine. That is, I stopped doing film. That is from 2018. I never produced anything. That was okay. Most of the time previously, I used to do filming and still work in the hospital. But again, I got a job that was not in like a specific hospital. So I was working with flying doctors, and I had to go back to school to learn more than 7 languages, and I wouldn't mix that with film anymore because I was going from country to country, from country to country. And then from 2018, I came back, I started doing film again, but I got a job here in Kenya. Like I was working for Camry, that is from 2018 till last year. So it's still balancing, so yeah, most of the time I used to get like, I was never home because I used to get like emergency calls in the middle, and being a trauma surgeon is like difficult, very, very difficult, because you are ever on call. Somebody's dying, somebody's bleeding, and yeah, I used to get those calls, the emergency calls, hata katikati ya usiku. So what I used to do, where I used to stay, on the next gate mtu alikuwa anaishi hapo is the ambulance driver. So he used to stay like on the next gate. So like whenever there is an emergency, we can get there quickly. It was the hospital's idea.
At least you love what you do and you commit to what you do. So we're grateful to you as a medical practitioner. Wow, a medical practitioner, and also a filmmaker.
I'm retired.
We thank you for your service. We thank you very much for your service. Okay, we are running out of time. Tumebakisha dakika 10. We're going to end the session at 8:30. So the next couple of questions, I'd like you to be as brief as possible with the answers so that we can be able to wind up. Aya, Joyce and Lisa. Joyce is very active. Thank you for all the questions, guys, to Vic and Eve and Joyce and everybody else that's sending in their questions. So how much of directing does the content owner have a say in? Is it wise to consult them in the planning process so that the project is successful? If so, please tell us what stages you go through before we have the finished product. Director?
It depends. It depends actually. Is this like a sponsored, studio sponsored project, or the artist is paying in full? If the artist is paying in full,
I think she's asking about the artist. I don't think it's sponsored. This is like an artist, an individual project.
Well, when an artist is paying in full, that means the artist already have like his content ready. He has like whatever thing he wanted to do for the video ready. So all I need to do is like he or she just need to tell me like, hey, we have a venue here. My content is supposed to be like this, like this, like this. And all I have to do is like get my team to the place on their agreed dates and shoot. If we need any CGI editing, that will take a little while. And at the end of it, I don't have any say in the project or anything or whatsoever.
Okay, what about in the sponsored projects?
If it's the sponsored project, that means I have to have like the artist idea halfly, and actually a quarter of it, and the rest of the 3/4 is being the idea is coming from the studio side. We can agree, the contract agrees mostly for artists to split the revenues, the YouTube revenues between artist and the studio. But the only thing we don't split is the Skiza revenue. The audio revenue is like strictly for the artist.
All right. Cool, cool. So next question is from Eve, and she's asking, she's saying that the reason that most artists don't get their music played is because of the video quality. So what would you call a good video? What does it take to have a good music video?
Creativity.
Is it just creativity, or because you could talk about the artist and the director's perspective? Are you talking about creativity with everything, like all around in all perspectives?
Yes, creativity, including the camera. You can shoot your video with the phone, but the creativity in it sells it like big, loudly. Like the current video I'm editing.
Sorry, we lost you. We lost you, Tiger. Are you there? Hello? Tiger? Okay, I think... Tiger, are you there? Okay, guys, I think we temporarily lost him. Yeah, he's no longer in the group. I think internet yake imekuwa issue sana, but so far I'm grateful for the active participation. Nimeona kuna maswali zingine mob zimeulizwa, and if I was able to answer them, I would, but I don't think I can. Let's see if you'll be able to log in the next within the next few minutes. If not, hizi maswali mnaweza, I think we can organize on how to get all these questions answered. So I could just note them down as they are, and in case we're unable to continue with the session tonight, then we can answer these questions on his social media and my social media. I think that's going to work. Yeah, his social media, my social media, and J.RODRIGEZ Entertainment. Hizi maswali zote tunaweza zijibu hapo. So even, let me just take a screenshot. All right, okay. Dr. Tiger. Aya, since hayuko basi, and we are basically out of time, wacha tutamaliza 8:30. Madam President, let me allow you to do that thing. You're doing all these things by myself, Ningumo. This is why you need a host and a co-host for every show that you do, because sometimes it gets very overwhelming if one person is doing it all. So teamwork, fanyeni, msiogope kuulizia usaidizi when you need to. Madam President, naomba usaidizi as I try and see if we can get Director Tiger back on, yeah?
Fanta soda ya furaha, Fanta jiburudishe, ukiwa na wasiwasi ya dokta kiangoa, inaibidi wewe utafute Fanta ni furaha tele, Saraje. What is music for? It's supposed to be entertainment. So when you're so quiet, break the silence with an advertisement. Hiyo ilikuwa ni advertisement ya Fanta, watu wa Fanta watanilipa. Kwa hivyo msiojali sana, na inaenda YouTube mayo we. Anywho, Margaret Shamwero, lightning. Najua huwezi kusema kitu sasa. Kini, pole sana. Hapa ni mimi na nyinyi. Ukipenda andika ndani ya chat box with me. Victor Agali has a music school, guys. Remember, we are proud of our own. Victor was once an Nairobi Performing Arts Studio alumnus, and right now working with Africa Online Vocalists as a judge. Also currently with J.RODRIGUEZ. Please, tafadhali, wale wanafikiri music haijawapeleka mahali, enroll your children, enroll yourself. Maybe you can get extra classes from musicians. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you, Madam Madam Tiger. Hey, leo nimechanganyikiwa. I think nimechoka. Madam President, Director Tiger amerudi.
Director Boom.
Director Tiger amerudi.
Madam Tiger. Umesikia hiyo uchokozi?
Jamani, ni akili imechoka. Ni saa ngapi? Sasa ni saa ya kula, watu wakule walale. We should actually be winding up this meeting. Ndo watu wapumzike wenye tumechoka sana. So Tiger, masaa ya kafi, hata kafi ilishafika. Tiger, uko sawa sasa? Unaweza tusikia? Ako muted. I think Ellah hajapika. We, acheni kuchoma. Ellah atakula leftovers. Si lazima nipike. Umesikia Eve? Acha kunichomea. Let me try and unmute Director Tiger here. Hello? Director. That's all right.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hakuna shida. Internet yako ilikuwa imesema hapana.
Ilikuwa imekataa.
Usijali, hata tunamaliza. Wacha internet yako imekataa, akili yangu imechoka, people are tired, people are hungry, people have to go to sleep. Na tunaweza malizia tu na the few questions zenye zilikuwa zimebaki. Kulikuwa na maswali kama mbili tu. Oh, someone here, Joyce anauliza, si Joyce. Alikuwa anauliza. Sarah anauliza if you offer training for editing. Sarah would like to edit. Do you offer training?
If I?
Do you offer training for editing?
No.
How so? Why don't you offer training?
Maybe from the studio, but for me personally, I am actually... Okay, you see, I am actually like a fixed management. Like myself, I'm not even allowed to do things that, like, I actually don't do a lot of things, and it's not like I want to. It's because I'm like in a fixed management, so I don't even know how I will start training somebody. Maybe it's like a private tutoring or something, but like, or maybe from the studio direct, but not technically from me.
Okay. Sarah, end of school of YouTube. That's where everybody learns from. And then last two questions from Dr. Boom. Dr. Boom anauliza, when you, as an artist, when you're working with directors and you have a vision of what you want your video to look like, but you also need the director's input. What's the best way to work with directors concerning, especially when there's indifference, when you're not exactly on the same page on the ideas that you have for the music video? How are you supposed to work around that?
You see, every artist have like their own picturization of what they want, and when a director listens to a song, also they have their personal content and image. So it's always good to meet in the middle. Like, you give me half of your idea, I give you half of my idea, and then we combine them. At the end of the day, if we say that it's only the producer who's going to do like the entire content, and then the video comes out poor, the artist won't like it. And also, if the artist used his own idea and then it doesn't come out the way he pictured it, it's another disaster. So people always meet in the middle, like half-half.
Yeah. Okay, just like everything else in life, you have to compromise, Dr. Boom. Sawa, compromise. Alafu pia anaomba favor, but he's asking, if J.R. Entertainment asked for a pro bono from you, would it be possible? Because we really want to learn from experience. I think, Dr. Boom, ungependa kujua kama unaweza fanyia J.R. Entertainment a music video pro bono because they want to learn from experience. How do you answer that question?
Yes, sure.
Sure, that's a yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Okay, that is an angel sent from heaven. Thank you. Dr. Boom, tafutana, link up with Rodrigo so he can link you up with Director Tiger. They want to know how to get your music out there. You have help. You have the help that you needed. But personally, I have something I want to say about doing films pro bono. I think us as Kenyans in the entertainment industry, tuko na tabia mbaya sana, and I'm calling us out. Kila mtu, me, you, everybody who feels like things should be done for them pro bono, especially when you're trying to create. Art should not be done pro bono because the time and effort that this person has put into their art and they're putting it into whatever you want them to do for you requires some kind of compensation, which is why Hollywood and the Britain film industries also mbele sana because they don't compromise on any of these things. Wakitengeza budget, wanafanya budget during production na wanafanya pia post production. All as in hakuna ku compromise on anything at all. So we should support each other as artists, especially. Ukiona beshte yako anafanya kazi, you should be the first person kumpromote because sasa tukishinda tukifanya hizi vitu pro bono, then when is our art ever going to pay? I think we owe it to each other. So artists tukielewana kwanza, then maybe the public is going to follow after. So let's normalize paying for art. Let's normalize paying for quality content, right? Thank you. Thank you very much. Na hapo tulipofika, sijui kama kuna mengine angependa kusemwa. I think kila mtu ameenjoy session very much. We are way past, tulikuwa tunafaa kufunga hii session a while back, but no harm, no foul. Thank you very much for coming, everyone. Nani angependa kusema kitu kabla tuende? Dr. Boom, parting shots?
Hello. Yeah, so I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who attended the Zoom room with Ellah, and also thank you to Director Tiger for showing up. Yeah, we really appreciate you and everything. So kwa wale watu wako hapa, si mlale poa na shukran sana.
Ngojeni kidogo, Madam President angependa kupeana, let me unmute her kidogo. Angependa kupeana parting shot hapa. Madam President anashikilianga hii group yetu sana, which is why I have to give her a chance to express herself. She's my co-host for today. Madam President, the floor is yours. Tufungie session tafadhali. Everyone have a good night.
Ma'am, wacha nikuambie tu vile Sara anasema niko meeting. 1 minute. Zoom. Mamangu anapitia Dr. Director Dr. Boom. Unisikia pia mimi nimesema ni Boom. Juu ni mtu alikuja akanifanya Boom. Dr. Director. Nyingi ngawa bwana. Hiyo kitu ina nini? Tiger. There was also another one. I think huyu alikufuata alikukopi. Lakini nasikia he's no longer around in the music industry. So Mr. Director, this is Helen Mtawali. I'm the president of Africa Online Vocalists. One of the things I need you to know that we train many people, and many people kuna watu wengine, kuna stray dogs or stray people who come in And because probably of the opportunity and privileges we give them at African Online Vocalists, they take advantage. So please, maybe just a little note next time, if something like that happens where somebody comes in the name of African Online Vocalists, deal with them directly. If you can't deal with them directly, probably just let the management know, so that isikae ni kama aibu kwako ama aibu kwetu, because there's something you wrote about African Online Vocalists. In fact, hapo ndio nikakujua. Nikasema, ay, kumbe kuna mtu huko anatu represent America, ama ni UK, etc.
UK and America.
Yes, that's so that we are in the industry. We always have the good people plus also the bad people. And I know you also have people like that you will rub shoulders with people who take advantage of you, but also rub shoulders with people who mean and want to support your work. Know that we are in the industry together and we don't want to have bad blood in between. So just in case somebody does something like that, do haija toka kwangu. Manake, we tell them that when they come in, most of them actually study for free. And it's true that you made that point for you, Ellah, and we no longer will take people for free. That was just because we're setting ourselves in the market. When we go for the next season, they will also now feel that we invested so much. So I want to tell anyone who is in the industry, if you have not been given permission to do anything, do not go and spoil somebody else's company by going to ask for favors if that favor was not signed for. So tafadhali pia sisi hatutaki watu watuharibie jina tafadhali, because all we do is tusiaibishane. We also don't want you to aibisha Director Tiger. Hatutaki uangushe nini yake. Pia sisi usituangushe ukienda huko kwa jina yangu, because when he posts on my wall, I have a big name. When I go and post on his wall, he also has a big name, and we don't want the back and forth. So
yeah, so let's not ruin each other's reputation. Let's be respectable.
Yeah, this guy is putting us up there, out in the maps. Tafadhali, tuheshimiane. Contestants, especially those that have had the privilege of listening to people like this. Otherwise, God bless you.
All right, thank you very much, Helen. Kila mtu awe na usiku mwema. It has been a fun night. Asanteni sana. Endeni mkalale. Eve, enda ukapike. Kila mtu. Okay, guys, bye. I'm just rambling now. Goodbye. Thanks for joining.